Put a one in the put a one in the chat if that's you. Cool. Speaking to the right people. So I've talked on vision before in the past on this call. I know there's a new group of us every month that come in here. So first and foremost, my name is Scott Schnitzer. I'm direct to Ashley Tar, part of the Danny Young hierarchy, and I'm honored to be here. And I've talked about vision so many times because it's literally what's fueled my business. Like when I started, I didn't see this as a sales job. I saw this as a freedom opportunity. And I say this every time I get a chance to speak because it's so true. Like every up and down, every time I faced something hard, every time things were going well, right? I just knew that the vision was so clear. It didn't matter what was coming up. It just mattered that I knew I was going to get through it because the vision was so clear. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about vision today. So, brief story about Kate and I. We both came. She came from a W-2 marketing job, and I came from a W-2 dealership sales job. And we were both working a lot of hours. At the time, I was away from home about 70 hours a week. And I remember when Kate and I met early on, a little while before we started the business, but we just would we dated long distance. It was hard, but like one of the things that carried us through is those late night conversations, just talking about vision, like what we saw for our family, what we wanted our life to look like, the things that we wanted to be doing, what we wanted to be doing, who we wanted to be doing it with, what we wanted to have for our kids, like all the above. Put a two in the chat if that's something that you guys talk about quite often or something that you think about. Okay, cool. I'm definitely talking to my people. So today's talk is going to be about belief. It's going to be about faith, and it's going to be about vision. It's going to be a little bit different vibe than a normal accountability call. So I'm just going to ask you guys to just be present in this moment. Just be present. We're going to walk through something together. But one of the things that I've been thinking about recently, this started coming up super strong last week, is I hear so many people say, especially in this business, but I hear it a lot just because I hang around a lot of believers. But they say and you guys have probably heard the phrase like, God called me to this. Like I feel it in my heart. I feel called to this. And I hear that a lot in this business. And then they end up they end up quitting or on that thing. So let's call it symmetry. They end up quitting along their journey, or they end up giving it half the effort along the way. Let's talk about that 80% where you're only getting 20% back. They end up giving it half effort just to find out if, quote unquote, this is going to work out or not. Which I think is really backwards, guys. Like, if God really called you to it, if you really feel in your heart that this is meant to be, or feel in your gut, wherever you're getting those feelings from, if he really called you to it, it is up to you to do the work to get through it, right? It's up to you to do the work to get through the hard stuff. And with my faith, I know that he's not going to leave me through that alone, right? He's not going to let me walk through that alone. But I think that maybe he's testing you right now. Maybe this is just a test, whatever you're going through, to see if you have enough faith for the favor. Okay? Maybe some of you are being tested right now. Maybe this morning even. So what number are we at now? 4? Put a 4 in the chat if that's you. If you're being tested right now. All right, cool. So my mentor says, I work with a mentor outside of Symmetry. So multiple mentors, that's always a good thing. Have a couple people that are pouring into you. I think you should have 2 or 3. But I work with a coaching group outside of Symmetry, and he says that you need 2 things. You need 2 things to accomplish your long-term vision for your life. Okay? So to accomplish your long-term vision, number 1, you need a crystal clear vision. Like it needs to be palatable. You need to be able to taste it, to smell it, to touch it. Right? So, and that needs to be crystal clear, and those things should be on paper. Like I really do believe that. Right? It says in the Bible, if you have plans, write them down. Right? Okay. So crystal clear vision is super, super important. We have to hold on to that. All right. And number two, he says that you have to have delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is so important because like you can't not delay the gratification in this business, right? You got to feed your business first. Like think about all the things I loved Andrew's Be a Better Builder call on Thursday because it talked a lot about that. Yeah, Annie, put the Bible verse in the chat for you guys if you want it, if you guys want to look that up. But delayed gratification is so important. So you have to be thinking about what are you willing to sacrifice to get there? Once the vision's crystal clear, what are you willing to sacrifice to get there? And I'll ask all of you right now, maybe you want to put it in the chat. Let's get active. Okay? What are you paying the price for? Like, why the heck are you doing all this? Why are you paying the price? Why? My family, freedom. Let me see a couple more before I move on. Impact. Love that. Travel the world with my family. Be with my family. Family, 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 family. Money. Let's go. Legacy. So I can give more. Okay. Why the heck are you doing all this? Why are you paying the price? It's a heavy price to pay. It's a heavy price to pay to build your own business. We're kind of weird. Okay. You're kind of mad for doing that if you think about the Ross Harkness quote that I just read. So my coach says, in order to, and I did this back in sports. He says, in order to have a crystal clear vision, sometimes you need to do visualization. You need to sit down. You need to walk through it. And like back in sports, I did cross country for 2 years. Sarah Hadley's going to laugh at this because she's a college cross country athlete. I hated it. I absolutely hated this sport, but I did it because it was right before wrestling season and I wanted to trim down a little bit before wrestling season. I was coming off of summer. You guys know high school kids. I was living on like energy drinks and Sour Patch Kids. I still do, but I figured out a little bit more of the diet. So I was rolling into the new school year and I would join cross country just so I could lose a little bit of weight, get ready for wrestling season. Within that, I met a really good coach. He was an incredible coach, actually. He was a very well-known marathon runner and just had a heart to serve. And every night before our races, we would travel. He would go walk the course. And a lot of times cross country is done on a golf course. So he would go out and he would walk the golf course. He would do voice messages to himself and record himself so that he could learn the course. He learned every up and down. He learned every corner. He learned every obstacle. If you've done cross country before in high school, it's kind of weird. Sometimes they put like a big body of water in the middle of your course or a steeple, like a log that you have to like jump over and it's just different things like that. And he would sit us down in the hotel room the night before and he would say, all right, close your eyes. And he would walk us through a visualization, process that would map out the entire course, but intertwined in there, he would talk about the success that was happening. He talked about coming up off the first hill and your legs are feeling like they're on fire a little bit and you're pressing into your core to work out some of the lactic acid that's built up. And in the belief in your head, like he would just walk you through. He's like, and now that feeling is going away and you're catching your stride and you're taking longer steps and you're catching your breath again and you're feeling like you're on top of the ground and floating, like he would just walk you through this. And I remember falling asleep during it. I was so peaceful. I was like, man, I got this tomorrow. I'll just fall asleep. So please don't fall asleep today, but I'm going to walk you through a visualization. Okay. Are you guys cool with that? So we're gonna close our eyes. Trust me, I won't take pictures of my screen. I already got my screenshot for today. All right, we're gonna close our eyes and for the next 8 minutes or so, we're gonna walk through a visualization and we're gonna do this together. So just let your hands relax a little bit. I'm gonna play some soft music, different vibe than the normal accountability call, but this is gonna reset our week. This is gonna set us up with the right intention, I believe. I'm gonna play some soft music. Let your hands relax at your sides while I get the sound share going and just kind of take a few breaths. Relax a little bit. Focus on the right now. You can put your hands in your laps if you want to. You can set them on your desk, wherever's super comfortable for you. But take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale slowly through your mouth. And then do it again. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big deep breath in. And exhale out. One more time. Big deep breath in. And exhale out. Okay, now we're all here together. Our eyes are closed. So let the noise of your day fade to the background. Let your mind settle. Let your shoulders drop. This is your time. Time to see the future that you're creating. Now I want you to picture yourself 5 years from today. You stayed the course. You didn't quit. You showed up. Even on the days when it was hard, when you were tired, when doubt whispered in your ear, you kept going. And now you've arrived. You've arrived. What does life look like right now? Where are you waking up each morning? Just look around. See it. Visualize the home that you're in. See the light coming through the windows in the morning. Feel the air in the room. Try if you can to just walk through your house. Notice the peace, the pride, the sense of accomplishment that fills the space that you built. You built this. Walk outside. What car is in the driveway? Where are you headed today? Not because you have to, but because you choose to. What kind of freedom do you have now that you've built and that you've put in the work? How do you feel physically, emotionally, and spiritually? Now picture your family. A lot of you said family. Picture them. Who are you doing this for? You see the look on their faces, your spouse, your kids, maybe your parents. Maybe it's the future generations that you haven't even met yet. You've changed the entire direction for your family tree. They don't even know the sacrifice you've made. They don't even know. Every late night, every early morning, every tough decision, every uncomfortable conversation, but they sure feel the results. They feel secure. They feel loved and they feel led. Wow. Now picture your team, your agency. You've built something that matters. You've created opportunities. You've helped others become profitable, confident, and free. Heck, some of them were in survival mode when they met you, and now they're thriving. They thank you, not because you gave them a handout, but because you gave them belief and you showed them what was possible. You modeled what it looked like to lead with honor, with grit, with a growth mindset, and with accountability. You showed them the way. So just take a second and look around in that future. Soak it in. Keep your eyes closed. This isn't a fantasy. This is a preview if you stay the course. Okay, now with your eyes closed, come back to today. Keep your eyes closed and come back to this moment. And I want you to ask yourself, why am I really doing this? Who am I doing this for? What am I willing to sacrifice to become the person that lives that future? Say the answer right now in your mind. Name the people. Name the purpose. Feel the fire inside you rise again. This is a reminder that the price you're paying today is literally nothing compared to the payoff that's coming. The pain of discipline is so much lighter than that of regret. In this life, that future you just saw with your eyes closed, it's waiting for you to go and get it. So let's all together just take one more big deep breath in and hold it at the top. And hold, 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 and exhale slowly. Wiggle your fingers, roll your shoulders out a little bit, and open your eyes when you're ready. Come back into the room. All right. That's it, guys. And all I have to say is this, it's go time now. Okay? It's go time now. Hold on to that vision. Do this practice often. Like get crystal clear on it. That way the things that come up, they just don't matter. Okay? It's go time now. Hold on to that vision and make it so clear that it sets you on fire each day. And let today be the day that brings you closer to that vision, because I know this for a fact. I know this, guys. Success isn't a distant object that we're chasing all the time. It's closer than you think. And it's how you treat today. It's how we make decisions right now. All right, so let's go get it. The time is now. That is it for today. A little bit longer than I planned on this morning when I was writing this, but we're good now. Hopefully